Good morning, everybody. It's a real pleasure for me to be here and talk to you a little bit about what Linamar is doing in this exciting field. I'm just going to tell you right now, my presentation is going to be way less cool than what you just saw. Also, no videos, sorry. But I think interesting how similar companies on very different ends of the spectrum, I mean, we're a manufacturing company, as opposed to being really immersed in the digital world, are able to take some of the technologies that have evolved and use them to our advantage. So just briefly a little bit about Linamar for context. As you heard, we're a diversified manufacturing company. We are in a variety of markets, from automotive, pass car, to other types of transportation, harvesting equipment, and access equipment through our business, Skyjack. As you heard, $6.5 billion in sales last year. We should be close to $8 billion in sales this year. We should close out this year as our 9th consecutive year of double-digit top and bottom line growth. As noted, we're most heavily invested in the transportation, infrastructure, and food and agricultural markets, but are looking to expand our business into a variety of other markets in the future. But what I think is interesting is the common approach amongst all of those different markets, focusing on advanced manufacturing, on innovation, on artificial intelligence and machine learning to help us compete. In fact, we have always believed that our competitiveness as an organization absolutely hinges on our ability to be innovative and to obviously be efficient in how we are running our operations. And we see machine learning as being a key element in achieving both of those different areas. So when we look at innovation, we actually see we think of a lot of different pieces when it comes to innovation at Linamar. I mean, there's the obvious product development of developing new products that help solve our customers' problems. But equally important is process innovation of how we're making those products and how we can drive better efficiency and better quality into our products. Material development is key as well. Lighter, stronger is really the way we need to go. Tangential innovation, so by that I mean really thinking differently about products, not just making incremental improvements to the products that we already design, but thinking of entirely different ways that we can bring about what that product is trying to do. Digitization through artificial intelligence, machine learning, I'm going to expand on that in a moment, and also expanding manufacturing partnerships with technology companies to help really expand our reach in terms of new technologies that we perhaps haven't thought of ourselves. So we think about digitization, digitalization, digital transformation. We think these are all slightly differently defined terms that to us really reflect the same thing, and that's improving, better predict maintenance issues before they happen based on based on sensors picking up very subtle changes in terms of equipment performance. Improving tool life, reducing cycle time, improving our overall OEE. So there's huge opportunity to do that by incorporating more sensors and gathering more data from the actual operation of our equipment. There's also a lot of opportunity in data collection in terms of the performance of our products once they get out into the field. So incorporating sensors within our products to help us drive product design improvements, or give our customers ways that they can more efficiently utilize their assets. So for instance, I mentioned we make access equipment through our company Skyjack. Our customers are rental houses, and they're trying to maximize the utilization of their assets out in the field by incorporating telematics and data collection and interface for our do. So, the advances around vision systems have really been remarkable just in the last couple of years, I would say, to allow us to really take out some of these people that we have at the end of our production lines, actually visually inspecting parts for defects and other types of flaws, which you would have imagined could have been automated long ago, but in fact, until recent years, could not. So this has been a really interesting area for us. Additive manufacturing, of course, is very interesting. It's an area we've used for years in terms of prototyping, but now trying to evolve into tooling, spare parts, potentially service part requirements for programs that are no longer in regular production. So we see a lot of opportunity there. The real challenge here is large volume, very fast metallic additive that is still an area being developed. And of course, our business is all metallics, so that's a key area to continue to focus and invest in for us. And finally, prediction and analytics. So really assessing all kinds of different areas of our business in terms of the analysis and the predictions that we are doing to allow us to be more efficient. And in fact, it was something that Ajay said recently that really helped me to visualize and our team the areas that we should focus on. He said, what are the predictions you make in your business that drive the most value? He may have said that already today, I don't know. But I found that really helpful because it really did make our team start to think a little bit more about, you know, what are the things that we're predicting? I mean, there's obvious things like hiring and promotion, but also around quoting, around equipment selection, like how can we utilize data analytics, use AI and machine learning to help us do a better job of those very important predictions in our business. So we're looking to drive some additional pilots and experiments in that regard. We try and track how we're making out in this regard, so implementation of robotics, of data collection systems, traceability read systems, connected machines. This is something we're trying to get some scale on. You can see we've got about 2,600 robots currently, and that just seems to be gaining traction every single quarter. Factory of the Future, this is a pilot project that we're working on right now as basically a lights-out manufacturing facility where we can fully automatically run equipment using autonomous lift trucks, autonomous tool changers, and of course robotics that would actually run the machines. Of course, this is, you know, in a pilot stage. We're encountering all kinds of challenges, but also all kinds of very interesting opportunities and learning a lot in the process as well. Now, you may be wondering, well, what does this mean to the workforce? You know, you're using all these automated equipment, collaborative robotics within your operation. What's it doing to your workforce? And it's really interesting because it is really changing the face of our workforce at Linamar, and I think this is a really interesting illustration of that. So this is a picture of just our Canadian operations. So we have 23 plants here in Canada out of our 60 globally, and this is what's happening within our organization. So what you can see is the orange bar is our direct employees. So these are people who are loading and unloading machines. And the blue bar is our indirect employees, which is basically everybody else. And what you can see is the indirect employee base is growing at a much more rapid rate than the direct employee base. And I have no doubt that they will surpass very soon our direct employee base. In fact, they're growing at almost double the rate. So our direct headcount has increased 36% here in Canada over the last 7 years, but our indirect headcount has increased 62%. So almost double the rate. So you can see a real change of what's happening in the workforce. I'll point out that the overall number is growing as well. So it's not like our workforce is shrinking. We are using this better efficiency, this better competitiveness to grow our business, to win more business. We're just using a different makeup of our workforce to get there. And I think it's also interesting to note that although our overall headcount has increased in that same time period by about 45, 46%, the wages that we're paying to that workforce have increased by 76%. So not only are these more interesting jobs, but they also pay better. So this is a transition that our workforce is welcoming, and I think is a positive for all of us. I think that as well, this transition to a more automated future where machines are doing more of the kind of repetitive work that we have people doing today is important not only to drive that better efficiency, but also to solve a key issue that we are grappling with, and many companies are, which is labor shortages. I think we've got two key issues here. First, we have an aging and shrinking workforce population here in Canada and many countries around the world. And in addition, what we're seeing is younger people are much less interested in doing those direct jobs that I was just talking about, whether it be machine operators or truck drivers. We have a trucking division that, we can't find drivers for. I think this is also true worldwide. It's not just happening here in Canada in our operations in China. We are highly automating our facility because we just can't find people in a country of 1.3 billion who want to work on the shop floor. So frankly, without automation, the truth is we would really be struggling to get production out the door today. So that is absolutely a key driver as well. So in conclusion, we're really excited by the opportunities that we see in this whole area. As you saw, we've got several different areas of our company where we are looking to drive better efficiencies, solve those labor shortages, and as well as improving the quality and the design of our products. So we are excited about continuing on that journey. Thanks very much, and I look forward to your questions later on the panel.